Hello everyone. Today, we are just going to discuss the work cycle of the typical adult in a first world country. It's amazing how much emphasis is placed on your dedication to the company, but as a wise employee, you should know better, and this will help you throughout your process. From age 9 to 15. Getting into the workplace for a youngster can be one of the most life-altering experiences someone can go through. The reality where the youngster incrementally learns that depending on parents is not a reliable long-term strategy for survival. This is where your parents, if good, begin to instill your work ethic. It's that phase where mom or dad first said to you, "Mary or Mark, your first job will be taking out the trash." You were provided a full description, the truck schedule, and the offered a wonderful penalty if you failed to meet your manager's expectation. You were told if you wanted an Xbox, sure you can have it, but you will have to work for it. Mary was told she will be learning to cook and clean the house, what days she would be expected to do it, while the other siblings continued with their jobs or chores as usual. This all seemed strange, but I guess if the other siblings were doing it, I didn't have a choice. I guess the things I wanted were mine, so I would have to provide them somehow for myself. To be honest, it did seem a bit unfair that I had to work for what I wanted when I had parents, but quite frankly, I was not given a choice, so there it was. At a mere tender 9 years old, I was made to understand that this was the life I would have to endure if success was important to me. Mom said, though you don't have a father here, you will learn that you need to control your own destiny, and that by working harder you increase the odds of success exponentially. Between age 16 to 21 years old. This is the age where you begin looking around at life while in high school or college, trying to find your bearings. You should be looking at your local fast food location, grocery store, or hardware store for a job. The world is gradually coming into view. The reality of all the learned lessons is more apparent than ever before. How scary it is knowing that the security blanket called mom or dad could evaporate. College is now almost done, and it's now time to leave the nest. The question is, what's next? At age 22 to 35 years old. I classify these years as your disloyal years. Well, you are probably wondering, what does this mean? Well, here we go. These are the years where there is truly no point being loyal to any employer. You must understand this. Your boss very likely does not care about your experiences, or dreams, etc. You are trying to find your specialty and increase your marketability as much as possible, and as quickly as possible. I could not recommend working anywhere for more than 3 years during this time period. For the ladies watching, hopefully by this time you have prioritized finding your special someone, and have gotten married, so most of your issues will be over by the time you get to 30. For the guys, this is where you should also be saving as much as you can to get that deposit on the first home, and finding that special lady while changing jobs every 2 to 5 years. I get it, it can appear unstable on your part if you are constantly changing jobs, but the biggest issue is ensuring that you have very few employment gaps. For the average worker, please understand this. You will probably not be liked by your boss, nor get preferential treatment. You will be made to work ridiculous hours, and give up your personal life to impress superiors that are mostly incompetent, and not interested in rewarding based on effort. Rather, racism and nepotism take center stage, and unfortunately, the longer you stay, the worse it gets. By staying, you will typically make 2% more per year, and this is if they decide to give you a raise. Versus if your disloyalty kicks in, your average increase per job change will be around 20%. You could double your base salary in 4 years with this model as long as you are continuing with your certifications in the related field. These are all facts, Loyalty to your employer is pointless. Why, you ask? Well, your boss only cares that you make them look good. If you don't believe, try calling in sick for 3 weeks straight. Exactly, thank you. In this age bracket, I would recommend every time you switch jobs, the increase should be applied to either investment, savings, yes I said it, not a new car. Your increase is a loss if you create additional expenses. My husband had to explain some of these items to me, and I will have to give credit where due. Between age 36 to 50 years old. These are the years where stability matters. It's best if you are not switching jobs at the same rate. Your experience should be your bargaining chip. Management positions should be on the radar, and six-figure positions are most meaningful. You should also be typically dumping as much of your paycheck as possible in your superannuation retirement plan or prepaid deductions, to minimize your upfront taxes. When you get between 51 to 62 years old, at this point, you should be focusing on all possible perks, while doing as little as possible. Schedule or attend as many meetings as possible, or stay involved. Why should you even stress over working anymore anyway? It's almost time to hit the road, and enjoy the remaining years of your life. At age 63 years old too, the end. This is where you go back to the years of not working, generally speaking. For those of you who love to plan living near friends or people with similar situations or interests, where you will learn that this can be a rough time where the lack of activity can really frustrate you. If you are a brave one that believes in stepping out and taking charge of your own destiny, there is no specified time frame in which you should make the move. Whenever you truly feel ready to dive into independence, just go for it. There is nothing like waking up when you feel like waking up. Going to bed when you feel like going to bed. Eliminating the salary cap above your head, or whatever. Just remember your life is yours to live, and freedom is the ultimate goal regardless of all the hurdles. Thank you for watching, and see you next week.
I'm gonna be late again. Now it's time to get creating.
On the road again. Just can't wait to get on the road again.